Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ways to Learn English. I'm Alex,
And I'm Maya.
and today we're continuing one of the most useful social skills in English. Not just how to start small talk, but how to stop it from sounding stiff the moment it begins.
Yes, because sometimes the opener is not the problem anymore. You already asked the question. You already survived the first sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next part sounds a little too formal, a little too serious, or just a little too unnatural.
Exactly. That strange moment where the conversation is technically working, but somehow it still feels like you're wearing a suit to buy a sandwich.
That is such a perfect description, because the words might be correct, but the feeling is wrong.
Exactly. And that's what today is about. We're focusing on how to make small talk sound more natural, more lived in, more relaxed, more like something a real person would actually say.
Which is important because I think a lot of learners already know enough English to speak, but they still don't always sound like themselves in conversation.
Yes, and usually the missing piece is not more grammar. It's better rhythm, better reactions, and more natural phrasing.
So today we're talking about shorter, more natural answers, how to avoid sounding stiff, how to react more smoothly, and how to make small talk feel lighter and more real.
Exactly. So if you've ever thought, my English is correct, but it still sounds off, this lesson is for you. All right, let's keep going. Previously, we focused on what small talk really is, where it happens, the safest ways to begin, and the kinds of topics that make it easier.
Right.
Now we're moving into the next question. How do you sound more natural once the small talk starts? Because starting is one thing, but sounding relaxed after the first line, yes. That's where a lot of people still feel awkward.
Yes, and I think this is where people sometimes overdo it. They say the opener fine, but then the next sentence sounds too stiff, too formal, or too heavy.
Exactly. That happens all the time. A learner opens with, "Hey, how's your day going?" Very natural, very normal. And then suddenly follows it with, "I have been experiencing a moderate amount of occupational pressure this week."
That sounds like someone reporting their stress to a government office.
Exactly. And look, the grammar is not the problem. The tone is the problem. Small talk needs language that feels light and spoken. So let's talk about that. How to sound more natural in small talk. If you want your small talk to sound more natural, here are 4 things that help immediately. Use shorter answers, add one little detail, use natural reaction words, and avoid sounding too formal. That's the core of it.
I like that because it feels practical, not be more natural. But here's how.
Exactly. So let's start with the first one. Use shorter answers. A lot of learners think a good answer must be long. But in small talk, long answers can feel heavy. Usually, the most natural answers are short, clear, and easy to react to.
That makes sense.
For example, to the question, "How's your day going?" some natural answers would be, "Pretty good. Not bad. A little busy, honestly. Good. Just tired." Or, "Can't complain."
I love can't complain. That one feels very natural.
Yes. That's a great small talk phrase. It means things are okay, nothing dramatic, life continues. And it sounds much more lived in than just, "I am fine."
So the goal is not to give the perfect answer. It's to give an answer the other person can do something with.
Exactly. That's such an important point. A good small talk answer should make it easy for the conversation to continue. Second, add one little detail. This is one of the strongest habits in spoken English. After a short answer, add one small detail.
Okay,
Examples. Pretty good. Just a little tired. Not bad. Busy morning. Good. I've just been catching up on work. Can't complain. Just trying to wake up.
that detail really changes the whole feeling because without it, the answer can kind of stop the conversation.
Exactly. If someone asks, "How's your day going?" and you say, "Fine," that's not wrong. But it doesn't give the other person much to respond to.
Right.
If you say, "Fine," just a little tired. Now they can say, oh really? Long day? Or, yeah, I know that feeling. That one little detail creates life.
So small talk becomes easier when I stop thinking big answer and start thinking small answer plus one detail.
Exactly. That's one of the best formulas in everyday English. Third, use natural reaction words. These make you sound more present and more human. Examples are, oh really? Nice. That makes sense. Yeah, same. Fair enough. Or things like, that sounds good. Or, that sounds exhausting.
These are the little things that make conversation feel warm. Without them, small talk can feel very cold.
Exactly. Imagine this. Someone asks you, busy morning? You say, yeah, I had 3 meetings. And they just say, okay. That sounds functional, but not very warm. Now compare it to this. Busy morning? Yeah, I had 3 meetings. That sounds exhausting. Now the conversation feels more human.
Yes, it feels like someone is actually there with you, not just waiting for their turn.
Exactly. That's a huge difference. Fourth, avoid sounding too formal. This is very important. One of the fastest ways to make small talk sound unnatural is to sound too formal.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, instead of, I am doing quite well today, thank you, just say, pretty good, thanks. Instead of, it has been a moderately productive morning, say, it's been a busy morning. And instead of, I am somewhat fatigued, you can say, I'm kind of tired.
This is what I needed. Because sometimes learners think better English means more formal English, but that's not true in casual conversation.
Exactly. In small talk, natural usually wins over formal. That doesn't mean sloppy, it just means spoken, relaxed, real.
And honestly, that's a relief, because formal English can feel like wearing a suit to buy a sandwich.
Exactly. Possible? Yes. Necessary? Absolutely not. Now let's go one layer deeper. You ask a small talk opener. The person answers. Now what? This is where many people freeze, so let's make it simple. When someone answers your small talk opener, you usually do one of 3 things. React, ask one follow-up, or connect it to yourself briefly. That's it.
So again, it's smaller than people think. Not carry the conversation with your full personality. Just react, follow up, connect a little.
Exactly. Let's see that in action. First, reacting. Someone says, how's your week been? And they answer, pretty busy. You could say, oh really? That sounds intense. Yeah, same. Or, that makes sense.
This is where the conversation starts feeling smoother, because the person feels heard.
Exactly. Second, ask one follow-up. Someone says, how's your day going? And they answer, pretty good, just tired. You can follow up with, long day? Busy morning? Or, a lot going on.
I like how small those follow-ups are. They don't sound like an interview.
Yes, that matters. In small talk, your follow-up should usually feel easy, low pressure, and natural, not like you're collecting evidence. Third, connect briefly to yourself. Someone says, how's your week been? And they answer, pretty busy. You can connect with, yeah, same. I know what you mean. Or, mine's been a little hectic too.
This is good because it creates balance. If I only ask questions, it can feel like I'm interviewing them.
Exactly. Good small talk has balance. You don't only ask. You don't only answer. You move together. Now let's talk about some common mistakes. Not because anyone is bad at English, just because it helps to know what makes small talk feel awkward. Mistake 1. Asking questions that are too big.
Like, what are your long-term life goals?
Or, do you think people can truly change?
That is not small talk. That is emotional trespassing.
Exactly. Save those for very close friends, late-night conversations, or a film scene where everyone is weirdly intense, not for casual interaction. Mistake 2. Giving too much information too early. If someone asks, how's your day going? A natural answer might be, pretty good, just tired. A much heavier answer might be, Well, honestly, I've been going through a lot lately, and my work situation has been emotionally complicated. That may be true, but for small talk, it's usually too much, too fast.
So small talk is not about hiding your personality, it's about pacing it.
Exactly. That's a really smart way to say it. Pacing. Small talk is social pacing. Mistake 3. Sounding too stiff. We already talked about this, but it's worth repeating. If your language sounds too formal, the small talk can feel unnatural.
Like, this establishment appears to be quite pleasant.
When you could just say, this place is really nice.
I feel like that's one of the biggest upgrades from B1 to B2 and beyond. You stop just saying correct things. You start saying things people actually say.
Exactly. That's where the language starts feeling more lived in. Let's hear another dialogue. This one is about starting small talk in a way that sounds easy and natural. Just listen first. Hey,
Hey, busy day?
a little? Yeah,
That sounds exhausting.
it kind of is. How's your day going?
Pretty good. Just trying to wake up.
Honestly, same.
Have you been here before?
A few times. I like it here.
Yeah, it's nice. I still haven't decided what to get, though.
The coffee's good. I'd start there.
That feels very natural. And one reason is that nobody is doing too much.
Exactly. It has a simple opener, a short answer, a reaction, a return question, a shared topic, and a light opinion. That's all you need. Now let's hear it one more time. This time, notice the short answers, the one small detail, the reactions, and the easy shift into the shared environment. Hey,
Hey, busy day?
a little, yeah,
That sounds exhausting.
it kind of is. How's your day going?
Pretty good. Just trying to wake up.
Honestly, same.
Have you been here before?
A few times. I like it here.
Yeah, it's nice. I still haven't decided what to get, though.
The coffee's good. I will start there.
Okay, I want the practical section now.
Of course.
What if I'm nervous and I can't think of a good opener?
Then don't think of a good opener. Think of a safe opener. Use, how's your day going? Busy morning. Have you been here before? Or, this place is nice. That's enough.
Good. What if I want to sound more natural immediately?
Use shorter answers, one small detail, and one reaction phrase. That combination helps fast.
What if I'm scared of sounding fake?
Then keep it simple and situation-based. Don't perform. Don't over-decorate your English. Just notice something real and respond to it.
That's actually really helpful because don't perform is exactly the problem sometimes. People act like they're trying out for best casual person.
Exactly. And that role has never been cast successfully. So here's your challenge for this week. Start one small talk conversation using one light question, or one simple comment, or one shared situation. That's it. Then, if the person answers, react. Add one short detail, or ask one small follow-up.
Keep it light, keep it easy, keep it natural.
And remember, you are not trying to impress anyone. You are trying to create comfort. That is the whole game.
I really like this topic because it changes what small talk feels like. Before, it could feel awkward or fake, but now it feels more like a gentle social beginning.
Exactly, that's what it is. Small talk is not pointless. It's how people warm up. It's how they make a moment softer. It's how they say, I'm friendly, this is safe, we can talk.
And I think that's important, especially for learners who already know some English but still feel uncomfortable in real interaction. Because the problem is not always grammar. Sometimes it's just, how do I make this feel normal?
Exactly. And the answer is usually lighter questions, shorter answers, natural reactions, and better pacing.
So if small talk has ever felt fake or scary,
It doesn't mean you're bad at conversation. It may just mean nobody showed you how to make it feel easy.
and that can absolutely be learned.
Yes, little by little. And that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Thank you for listening and practicing with us.
This week, try one simple small talk opener in real life.
A question
A comment.
or a shared situation,
And keep it light.
because light can still be meaningful.
And if you enjoyed learning with us, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next episode, and feel free to listen to our earlier episodes too.